Hey guys, so this was not going to be my next video, but this is where we're at right now. We are at Children's Hospital. Ada got a huge sliver in her hand. Let's just show me her hand. That swelled up really bad right here. It's still pretty hard, still pretty swollen. So we are here. We've been here since Sunday night. It's been 2 days now, and they finally just unhooked her from the IV. So we are going to go for a little walk. Well, they told us we can come out here, so we're just going to walk around this path. It is beautiful out, guys. Little children playing statues. Ada, can you tell everybody how your hand is? It hurts a lot? Yeah. When you move it or when you touch it. You can see where the sliver went in. It was right there, and it went all the way down to about here in her hand. So it was pretty big. So she got a stuffed lion. Right? Did you get a lion? Yeah. So
I named it Zuzu.
we named her lion Zuzu. This is where we're at. Just gonna walk around. Yeah, a lot of police and ambulances because we're at the hospital, right? Okay, so for those of you who are wondering what happened, we were coming out of church and Ada was running down the handicap rail because it's, fun for kids to run down that. And she stuck her hand on the railing and she got a sliver. The sliver altogether was probably about 4 inches long and about 1.5 inches stuck into her hand. She, I basically went into like mom mode and just pulled it out right away, and then I pushed my thumb in between her fingers to stop the bleeding because it was bleeding pretty bad. So and then I had to have her hold onto it with her other hand all the way home, and she was in excruciating pain. It was bad. So we got home, cleaned it up, hydrogen peroxide, put some triple antibiotic ointment on the wound, and put a Band-Aid on it. Kind of just went on our day. I thought, it was just a sliver. The kids have had plenty of slivers, and it's healed up just fine. But by about 4 p.m., her entire hand was so swollen that she couldn't even move it. It was really difficult for her to even bend her wrist because the swelling was all the way down into her wrist. So we did, we soaked it in saline solution and salt and hydrogen peroxide because I didn't have any Epsom salt on hand. So we did the best we could with what we had. And I also gave her some Benadryl to see if that would help. And by 6:30 p.m., nothing had helped. So we ended up taking her to the ER, Children's ER, and they said, at first they were just watching it, and it just had that it didn't have any sliver left in it. And so they did an ultrasound and an MRI of her hand, which they didn't see any sliver left in it. But they did see a ton of fluid and a ton of swelling, which they were really worried about an infection with how fast her hand swelled up. So they admitted us to the hospital Sunday night. We got into our room about 1 o'clock in the morning. Right? It was really late that night, wasn't it? We were both really tired. Huh? You're tired right now? You want to go take a nap? Yeah. And then we So we got settled in. Didn't really sleep that night just because hospitals are not fun to sleep in. Not comfortable either, but whatever. I'm used to sleeping in hospital beds apparently. So the concern was that the infection was spreading so fast that they didn't want her to lose her hand. So they put her on IV antibiotics to stop the spread of the infection, which helped. The antibiotics helped stop the spread, but it hasn't really helped the infection in her hand as of yet. So that's why we're still here, because she's still swollen after 2 days of antibiotics. And the hand swelling isn't really going down. It went down in her fingers a little bit, but in the palm of her hand, it has not gone down at all. And it's still very sensitive and still hurts her pretty bad when she uses it. So they are keeping us again tonight, but they're going to switch her to oral antibiotics tonight as well, to see if we can go home on a 7-day oral antibiotic. But they said they'll reassess her in the morning if this antibiotic still has not helped her hand swelling go down or the redness go away, or because it's also really hot to the touch as well. If that has not helped, and they're going to try a different antibiotic, but then it has to be an IV antibiotic. So then we'll end up being here another 2 nights. So we've been here since Sunday night. It's already Tuesday. And she's missing school today, right? And tomorrow she's supposed to have her first day of gymnastics class, but that's not going to happen for her. So we'll see. Hopefully she can do it next week, right? It's just a fly. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're just kind of waiting to see if the antibiotics are going to do their job, or if we have to have a different antibiotic and stay longer. It's just been such a crazy last 2 months, guys. It's just one thing after another that's happening to us, and you just kind of have to take a look at your life and just be like, okay, what are we doing right now? Are we doing what we should be doing? Like, why are we being tested in this? Because it's so much that I literally just want to curl up and cry, because it's so hard to deal with it all. I miss my babies at home, and it's never the plan to stay in the hospital. And over a sliver of all things. But I'm glad I brought her in, because otherwise she probably would have lost her hand if I didn't bring her in. So we didn't want to lose your hand, do we? That's your good hand. It's the hand she writes with, so she definitely needs it to function. I mean, I guess she could learn how to use her left hand, but that wouldn't be very fun, would it? Huh? Yeah, that's okay. She's one that really likes to stay in the lines when she colors, and with her left hand she has a hard time with that, so she's struggling with that a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say, what to do. Like, we've got people praying for her hand, and hopefully the prayers help, because we need some answered prayers over here, and we need to just smooth sailing the rest of the year. Can I get a break? We just I don't know, with losing the baby, losing my mom, my daughter splitting her head open, now my other daughter getting a sliver and having to hospital stay. It's literally just been one thing after another the last 2 months. Yeah, because of that too. Mommy went to lunch. And if I had the money and the funds, we would just take the family and go on a much needed vacation away from the chaos and away from life right now, and just relax, and just be together. That was definitely something that I want to do, but my husband doesn't have any more days off work right now, and we don't have the funds to take us all on vacation, because that's a lot of people. So got back to the room from our walk, and check this view out. You see so far. So far, hopefully we can get out of here tomorrow and Ada can go back to school and we can just be normal again.